Okay, I think we're all here. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, all right. Welcome to All Kinds of Pink. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Cherie Thibodeau, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight. And my job tonight, really all of our jobs tonight, is to bring you joy and to maybe teach you something about Mary Kay that you don't already know. And so for those of you who don't know, what is Pink? Well, Pink is our Mary Kay world. It is our Mary Kay business opportunity. And so, I love Mary Kay. I believe in Mary Kay. I believe in our products. I believe in our company, and I believe in our opportunity. And I have no shame in sharing about it. And I know that I can speak on behalf of my sister sales directors here that they don't either. And so we want you to know all that there is to know about our Pink world, because you cannot make a decision without all of the facts. And as an educated woman, we know that you're smart enough to get all of the facts. And so we're excited that you're here, and we're going to share with you our stories about Mary Kay and our journeys. We come from so many different areas, and, it's all kinds of pink. I was looking at the flyer and I'm like, we all look alike. We're all white women with brown hair. Yeah, different shades of pink. And so I'm excited for you guys to get to know my girlfriends here. And if you are a guest, I want to thank you for being on tonight. There are so many other places that you could be. So to spend this quick 30 minutes with us, to find out about more about the Mary Kay world, or maybe you're here because you're helping your consultant hit a goal and she asked you to come watch a video and give us your feedback. You may be here because you do want to learn more, but there's a variety of reasons of why you may be here. And so we just want you to know how much it means to us that you are here and that you are investing this time with us and supporting your consultant. And so let me introduce you to my girlfriends. Right underneath, I think if it's the same on everybody's screen, you're going to see Rachel. And so this is my sister from another mister. We do everything together. We have kind of grown up in Mary Kay together. We won our cars at the same time. We became sales directors at the same time. And so y'all going to hear from her tonight. She's from Opelousas, Louisiana. She has earned 5 free cars with Mary Kay, and in qualifications for her Cadillac right now. So you're going to hear from her. And then my girlfriend, Alexis, she is from Lafayette, Louisiana. And so she has earned 4 free cars with Mary Kay, also in qualifications for her Cadillac. And then Melissa Galata from the Baton Rouge area, she has earned 9 free cars with Mary Kay and is in her 3rd pink Cadillac, right? Yes. So you're going to get to hear. She's the queen. So let's go ahead and dig into this. Obviously we all come from completely different backgrounds, and I don't know that our paths would have crossed if it wasn't for Mary Kay. And so, Rachel, why don't you go first? Why don't you tell us where you were whenever Mary Kay found you?
Okay, well, certainly those words couldn't be more true. Mary Kay found me. I had no idea what Mary Kay was. I was actually working full-time as a surgical nurse supervisor. At the time, I had just 2 children. After Mary Kay, I had 2 more. So I am a mom of 4. And somebody walked up to me in the produce section of a grocery store asking me to participate in a phone survey for Mary Kay. I said, Mary what? And she said, Mary Kay. And she was so excited. And I didn't know if I should clap for her or whatever, but she was just so enthusiastic. And so I asked her what it was, and she told me, and I'm thinking, I don't know why you walked up to me. I was very, very not girly, if you will, but I was working full time, 60 hours a week. I had just gotten over a health crisis, and my doctor told me, he said, you need to find something just for you. And I didn't have anything. My husband hunts and fishes, but I didn't have anything for me. So Mary Kay found me at a time in my life where I didn't necessarily need money or need a car. The money in the cars have been great, but it found me just needing sort of a distraction. I needed to get away from screaming kids, dirty dishes, laundry, and a very, very demanding nursing career. So that is where Mary Kay found me.
That's awesome. Awesome. I almost wanted to ask you to tell them the story about the stockings and the boudin. We're not going to go there. Maybe we'll save that for another video. But I feel like the whole
I want to hear that story.
And so that's just me, though. So awesome. Okay, Alexis, what about you?
So Mary Kay found me. I was actually a respiratory therapist. I loved what I did, guys. I really did. But I was working 12-hour shifts. My husband was working in Alaska. He was only home 12 days a month, really. maybe about 10 some days. And so my kids were 14 and 7. And as we all know, it was a taxi cab, right? So, you know, they were involved in all these extracurricular activities. And so, you know, Monday through Saturday was like bringing them somewhere, then, you know, shift work, things like that. And so, you know, I was like, okay, God, I know there's got to be something else out there. Like, when I wake up, can you just put it on the TV screen? Like, tell me, what do you want me to do? You know? And, you know, I didn't wear makeup. I actually didn't wash my face either. I actually would put alcohol on a cotton ball and then wipe my face like that. So I knew nothing about this, but my husband did have an aunt in Mary Kay. She was a top sales director. So I knew somewhat a little bit about it, but not too much about it. But, you know, I don't even know what today made me say yes, but I did. And here I am, you know. But I was just wanting something more, you know, wanting to be more home with my kids, wanting, like, tired of missing, you know, Christmas parties and things like that because I had to go to work, you know, stuff like that. So I guess I said yes just for, let's see what happens, you know, and here we are.
Awesome. Melissa, what about you?
So I was a really confused, broke college student. And I found myself at a Mary Kay event with a girl that said, come, you'll have a blast and you'll feel beautiful when you leave. And I was like, okay, well, what could that hurt, right? So I went, and it was everything that I thought that Mary Kay wasn't. They were professional, they were sharp, they were positive. It was like a very relaxed environment. And I really was like, wow, like this is the real deal. Like, this is so awesome. And you know, I had way more month than money. I spent so much more money than I made. I worked 60 hours a week. I went to school full time. I was commuting back and forth. So to say I was busy was kind of an understatement. But I still was running out of money every single time. Like, before the paycheck would come, I was running out of money. And so I kept thinking, like, what could I do? Like, what could I do? I couldn't punch a clock. There were no more hours left in the day. And so at the end of the event, they said, you know, if you're teachable and coachable and trainable and you have a big heart and you love people, then you could do this. And I was like, sign me up. I nudged the girl, said, I'm going to do this. She busted out laughing. She was like, seriously? You didn't even wear makeup today. Like, who do you really think is going to buy it from you tomorrow? Because I wore mascara and chapstick and washed my face with shampoo, if I even bothered to wash my face at all. And so I got started that day like, you know what? If they say that you can really be taught to do this, like, here's your challenge, like, good luck, like, here I am, you know, let's see how good this Mary Kay opportunity is. And so that's where it really found me. And I really feel like God kind of threw a brick in my head that day and was like, woo, you need to listen, you know? And it gave me just something to really look forward to kind of add some structure to my life, because boy, I needed it.
And Melissa, how many years have you been in?
19.
19. So fast forward 19 years.
When I joined.
Right. And so was I understand. So fast forward 19 years, 9 free cars, three free pink Cadillacs. And so thank God you said yes, right? And so, well, just to let you guys know, I grew up in Mary Kay. And so my mom, I was brought home from the hospital in a pink Cadillac. And so my mom was a heavy hitter in Mary Kay. She was number 2 in sales in her division. And I remember growing up, like, there was pink everywhere. And so, is my camera acting up? Can y'all see me?
It's going yellow. I see you.
That's weird. So I grew up pink. So I knew Mary Kay worked. So I went to college, did the whole thing, and now got married, was getting ready to have my first baby, and realized I was still broke, you know, and I was working a full-time job, going to school all day, going to work all day, coming home exhausted, having nothing left to give my new husband. And then on top of that, getting ready to have a baby. And then I would look at my mom's lifestyle, where she was making over 6 figures a year. Having a blast, loving what she did. And then when you compare those two lifestyles, I was like, maybe I should give Mary Kay a try. But deep down inside, I did not want to do what my mom did. My sister had just won her first pink Cadillac at the same time, though. And so I thought, well, let me just give it a try. My mom kind of coerced me into it, but I was like, you know what, let me just give it a try. And so I got started, did it really part-time at the beginning because I was crazy busy. I had 2 hours a week when I started, y'all. And this was before, I mean, I was 23 years old. This was before the internet was like a big thing. You know, I had 2 hours a week where I could be in front of people. And just slow, I went and did my first appointment. I sold, I made $200 in that 2 hours. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to figure out how to do this because that was my light bill, right? So 2 hours turned into 4 hours, turned into 6 hours. And I was making enough money by the time I was 6 months old in Mary Kay to step away from my full-time job. And then fast forward here, I just had my 14-year anniversary. I've earned 5 free cars with the company and qualifications for my 6th free car right now. Now, single mom of 3, and because of my Mary Kay income, I'm still able to provide for my girls. And so it has been such a blessing. And I will tell you, you can't tell me Mary Kay doesn't work, right? Like you cannot tell me because I've seen my mom do it. I've seen my sister do it. And so you will be so blessed by this business if you do step out of it. And so, of course, for us, you know, looking back on it, it's like a no-brainer that we signed up. But what do you think could have stopped you from starting your business? Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first. I'll tell you what didn't almost stop me from starting. Now, you have to remember this was in 2006. So texting wasn't a thing. Facebook really wasn't a thing. You legit had to pick up a phone and call people, and you'd get answering machines and it would ring and ring. And I just couldn't picture myself doing that. I didn't like rejection. Fear of rejection was one. I didn't think I had the time because I was working 60 hours a week and had kids that were in extracurricular activities. I was not the sales type. I didn't know anybody, right? Didn't feel I knew enough about the product. And I myself didn't wear a whole lot of makeup and wasn't into skincare. So, plus getting over that health scare, that still wasn't resolved. So that almost stopped me. Didn't know whether I was going to live or die. I was basically told you might want to get your affairs in order. You may die before we find out what's wrong with you. So that could have been a real deal breaker right there. But I didn't let it stop me. I'm a firm believer that God will always put the right people and opportunities in front of you at just the right time. And so I said, if nothing else, I'm going to let this be a distraction.
Gotcha. Awesome. Alexis, what about you?
So kind of similar to Rachel. So I didn't know how to sell. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't want to work with women. I didn't wear makeup. I didn't wear I didn't use skincare. All of that. Plus, super busy. It was, I've been a single mom in the past. And when my husband worked in Alaska, it was still like being a single mom. I just had income coming in, which is a plus, so I was just so busy. And my best friend tried to convince me for I don't know, a month that Mary Kay was a scam. So, I had all these things coming at me. Fear, here's one, fear of success too, which I think some people skip over. What if this works? What if I am successful in this, then what happens? That too kind of was in my ear, I guess.
Awesome. Totally understand. Melissa?
Absolutely. So for me, it's just that I was clueless about life. I was a baby. So, I really didn't know how to sell. I didn't know anything about cosmetics, money, selling anything, managing time, or any of that. And so I could have very easily said, I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't even know where to start. And they said, we'll teach you everything that you need to know. And I was like, okay. So I kind of thought about those things. I signed up and then I was like, ooh, I don't know how to do anything. They were like, we got you, girl. So that's what could have almost held me back.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally relate with that. So what almost held me back was because my mom was so successful in her business and she was so well known, I did not want to be compared to her or my sister. And so that was something that almost held me back. And also the fear of, it worked for my mom and my sister. So, like I said earlier, I've never doubted Mary Kay or the opportunity because I grew up in it. And I love the products, and I've seen so many women who have been successful at this. But when I was, 23 years old, it worked for them, and that's great. But I don't know if it's going to work for me. And so it really was my mom just saying it's a proven path, that there's a way that this business works. If you work it the Mary Kay way instead of trying to recreate the wheel, and you're coachable, then you really can't fail, and you trust the process. And so I'm so thankful that I said yes. So we have all been in Mary Kay for, I've been in 14 years. Melissa is 19. Rachel is 13 or 14. 14,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then Alexis is the baby, I think. Alexis,
Yeah.
how many years have you been in?
Six years.
Years, yeah. So we all started for different reasons, but what is it that has caused you to really stay? And, how has Mary Kay benefited you or your family? I mean, I think we are all pretty much lifers at this point, like our blood is pink, right? And so what do you think it is that sets our company apart, and what causes you to stay?
So for me, I mean, I really think it's the culture of our company, 150 million, 1,000%. That really does set us apart. God first, family second, career third. I've never been anywhere where that was the philosophy, or maybe they thought that was a great thing, but did they really live it? And in Mary Kay, we do. But the sisterhood of Mary Kay is like none other. The sisterhood of Mary Kay, like my Mary Kay friends are like my besties. Of course, I have friends that are not in Mary Kay that have been my friends forever. But my Mary Kay friends, we talk all day, on all the levels, So I definitely think that it's your tribe. It's the culture of Mary Kay that sets us apart. And the reason that has made the biggest difference for myself and my family, I've worked at every phase of my life. And so when I was in college, it was the money that was the most important. And while the money is still very, very important for the freedom and flexibility for my family, but it's really for the lifestyle. Where else could I go and make the money that I make and have the freedom and flexibility to do what I need to do? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. 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 Alexis?
So for me, it was replacing an income, so the money, of course, but like Mel said, I love the saying where, I don't know, you see this pop up all the time where it says get the friends that'll pray for you, not talk about you. And that is what I feel like the Mary Kay culture is like. I mean, it's unreal. It really, really, really is, the sisterhood of it. So I think, in the long run, that's what makes a lot of people stay, is just the sisterhood of it. But I'm also a prize girl. Okay. So let me be honest. So I love the prizes. I don't care. You can give me, my favorite candy is like hot tamales. Okay. So my husband comes home with a hot tamale, I'm excited. Yeah. So I love that. But I mean, from my husband and I were able to go on a free, cruise to the Bahamas, from iPads to, I let my kids choose some of the prizes. And what else I liked was that I was coachable, I was teachable, it was somewhat easy money. For example, let me just give you a little example here. My daughter went to college. Okay. So you think you know how much college is, right? Until they get in there. And then so she said, Mom, she called me one day. She's like, Mom, I need to make I need another $2,000 for her food or something. When she was living in the dorms, I literally sent out a text message to my customers, said, I have this goal. My daughter at Sydney's in college, and I need to make this by the weekend. I had $1,946 in a 24-hour period. Where do you do that? I get a rush when I go to parties and I make money like I'm balling or something, I get a rush from it. So the money for sure, and being my own boss. I don't like to be told what to do, to be honest. So I like being my own boss. I love the freedom, love the flexibility. And love the fact that when I put my mind to it and said, I was in Mary Kay for a little while and I didn't do too much, trying to see if it was a scam or not from my best friend telling me what it was. And when I put my mind to it, it took 3 months to leave my job, 3 months to earn a car, and 4 months to be a sales director in the company. That is something that I think is incredible.
Awesome. Right?
Gosh, you know, for me, I think the tangibles are great. The money, the cars have been wonderful, but the intangibles, being able to use this business as a platform to minister to other people is certainly a reason why I stay. Cherie above me knows that golden nuggets are just one of the things that fuels my fire. And one of my favorite quotes is a quote by Mark Twain. And it's, the two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you realize why. And so I think our ultimate goal, I'm sure it's safe to assume everybody on here, get to heaven, bring a friend. And to be able to sit with customers and laugh with them, cry with them, pray with them, get to know their families. It's amazing to me that there are so many women out there that when I ask them, when's the last time you were told that you are beautiful? And they just start crying, y'all. To be able to be given this platform to minister to other people and what it does for her as a woman, and then it encompasses her whole family dynamic. And then the husband is therefore changed. The children are changed. So much more is caught than taught. That is definitely a huge reason why I stay, is to use it as a ministry.
That's awesome. I would say that I mean, like I cannot imagine my life without Mary Kay, you know, and I could not, thinking of where I am in my life right now, if I was working a full-time job, you know, how much, not even an inconvenience it would be, quite honestly. And so, so I stay definitely for the flexibility, you know, in this season of my life, to have a business that I can work when I want to work, how I want to work, how much I want to work. I'm able to now with COVID, you know, the blessing in disguise from it is that now we can work wherever we want to work. Right. And so, so that is definitely a reason that I stay. The money is great. The free cars are great. The girlfriends, you know, I've been through a really tough time here these last few years. And I grew up in church, and with the exception of one, my girlfriends that have been here for me have been my Mary Kay girlfriends through thick or thin, bringing me meals, just, you know, coming and cutting up trees for me with the hurricane. I mean, it has been my Mary Kay family. And so I don't know that there is another group of women that have the same heart that the women in Mary Kay have. So that's definitely a reason that I stay. The personal growth, though, my mentors that I have in my business, you know, I hear other adults in my life who have light bulb moments that I got in Mary Kay years ago, you know, and Mary Kay Ash was so ahead of her time. And the training that we have gotten in Mary Kay from our mentors and our leaders, America's just catching up with. And so we are so ahead of the curve with this, you know, with that science is just now, you know, discovering that what the Bible has said is true. And they have told us this in Mary Kay forever about positive thinking and affirmations and you know, giving. If you want something, you give that to get it, right? And so that you don't find that anywhere. To me, I haven't seen it in any other arena in America. And so I mean, I could go on and on and on about it, but the personal growth is probably the number one reason right now while I stay. And what Rachel said about, you know, I remember going into a woman's home and, you know, it was just dark. And she was, and I mean, literally dark, like the shades were closed and she was just like hunched over. And, you know, we just love on these women and make them feel beautiful. You know, please share with me a better way to show God's love than to make a woman feel beautiful. And so when she put her foundation on her shoulders, just went back and she was like opening up the shades and she like wanted to go out and do, you know, go see all of her friends. And so it's that kind of stuff that, you know, God can really work through, where you can have a platform of influence with these women, where God can work through you to bless them. So, so many reasons. So we know why we started. We know what almost stopped us. We know why we stay. And so how does someone know if this is for them? Like, what qualities would you say that we look for in women who want to start a Mary Kay business?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Alexis. Go ahead.
So I believe, I mean, if, you know, we have what's called seminar in the summer, and if you watch the people cross the stage, it is every type of woman out there, you know. So I believe it's for everyone, for anyone. I believe you just have to, you have to be coachable. You have to be teachable. I mean, when you hear us, most of us didn't wear makeup or didn't know how to put on skincare. So it's just being coachable, being teachable, willing to do something different, to get out of your comfort zone, and just having a work ethic, I think that's a big part too. And I really think it's for everyone out there.
Awesome. Melissa?
Absolutely. I think we just look for people who just want something more, whatever that more may be, whether it's money or more time with your family or more time with your girlfriends or more time to pamper yourself, more friends in general. Whatever the more is, Mary Kay can fill that more in whatever arena that you're looking for. And so, in my opinion, maybe you just want more products. Maybe you just want more education about it. Whatever more that you want, Mary Kay can provide that more. Mary Kay Ash always said, find your need and fill it. And so whatever need that you have, Mary Kay can fill it. So I personally believe that we look for people who just want more.
Yeah.
More to life.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And willing to get it, to go out and get it. Yeah. Yeah. Rachel?
Yeah, I think, above and beyond everything, a positive attitude is definitely what I look for, because most people get into Mary Kay and know nothing. There's no school you can go to for Mary Kay. So many of us come into it and we don't know a thing. We're just kind of like, okay, I'm in, now what? Help me. And then we just move forward, and we have such a strong support system. So I think somebody with a positive attitude, that's really all you need, because everything else kind of falls in line with that. I think it's no surprise that more than, I think it's 60% of our sales force come from healthcare. Here you have a nurse, a respiratory, therapist, healthcare, and the field of education, because nurses and teachers and people in those two industries tend to have a servant's heart. So I feel somebody with a positive attitude who just simply wants to help. But often what I find is it's a glove that fits everybody's hand, because so many times people get into Mary Kay for one thing, but stay for a totally different reason. Like myself, I got in just for a hobby. I had put this beneath me to peddle products. Please. I had all these letters behind my name, I was too good for Mary Kay. But why I got in is not why I stayed. And you just see it time and time again. So what I tell everybody is just do it and see what happens in 6 months or a year. Worst case scenario, you go back to being a customer. So, it's a win-win regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I heard from Rachel and I have worked together a lot. And so we've heard each other train a lot, right? Well, one of the things that she says is, if someone says to you, well, I'm too shy to do Mary Kay, right? So maybe a quality that we would look for is someone who is outgoing, but we have someone who says, well, I'm too shy to do Mary Kay. Rachel taught me to say, well, boo, that's why you need Mary Kay. Do you want to stay shy, or do you want to come out of it? Do you want to come out of that? Well, I don't know if I want to do Mary Kay because I don't have time. I'm too busy. Well, you know what? That's why you need to do Mary Kay, because how long do you want to be too busy for? Is what you're doing giving you what you want out of your life? So it's almost like the qualities that we look for, it's like the opposite of that could almost be the same thing. It kind of is your perspective on it, I think. And for me, I know that the other sales directors do this too. I pray over the kind of women that I want in my unit and that I want on my team. And so it's kind of like whoever God brings me, I'm like, okay, God brought me this woman for a reason. And as long as you're teachable and as long as you're coachable and you're not, you don't have a chip on your shoulder, like you think you know how to do Mary Kay, and you're willing to take direction from someone who has gone before you, you wouldn't take advice from a dentist with no teeth, right? And so you would want to, if you can take advice and follow your leader in Mary Kay and do what they have done, that's really the only quality that you need, because we can teach you everything else. That's just in my opinion. And so I'm going to kind of put y'all on the spot here, because y'all, you will totally be able to do this because we're all girlfriends here. So I know Alexis and Melissa are close, and Rachel and I are close. And I've worked a little bit with Alexis. We've done some events together. And then I've seen Melissa at a lot of Baton Rouge area events. And so Rachel and Melissa, have y'all met before?
Through Jackie Hyde and I think maybe Kim Arsenault, maybe somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes, through the grapevine.
you know how at parties we do compliment time?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what what I want y'all to do is Alexis and Melissa, I want y'all to take turns. So Alexis, I want you to tell Melissa what qualities she has that you would look for in someone, and then vice versa. Melissa, what qualities do you see in Alexis that you would be like amazed if you had a consultant that had that? And then Rachel and I are going to do the same thing.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. It's a bunch. Well, first of all,
Melissa, tell me about me, please.
So like, I mean, Melissa's never met a stranger. I mean, period, and so like she has a welcoming personality automatically, positive personality. She has a work ethic, like no other, and just she loves people. Like she, you truly see that she loves people, that she loves her customers, that she wants to like, pamper them and just let everyone have fun, so there's a whole bunch more, but I know I can't take up all the time. So I'd say those are the top ones that I see.
Awesome. So Alexis, if you went to the dictionary and looked up giver, that's her. She is a giver. She gives her time. She gives her love. She gives so much. Like, and when she gets on something, she is on it. Like, she will like crank out like all these like flyers, like all this stuff. I'm like, whoa, my brain hasn't even gone there, but she's such a planner and so organized. And she actually keeps me straight on a lot of things and gets my thoughts moving. And so our brains work really, really well together. Like, I am so grateful that Alexis said yes to Mary Kay, because it's really like the other half of my brain. And so together we kind of make one brain, which is great. And so what I love so much is that she's just a genuine friend. And she's not just a genuine friend to me. She's a genuine friend to everyone. Like, she goes the extra mile for customer service, like birthdays and notes and gifts. And she gives her customers like all these great things. And I'm like, God, that's such a great idea. Never thought about doing things like that. And so she is like just the epitome of a wonderful friend, amazing mom. And oh no, did she go away?
No.
There she is. Okay. And so yes, that's Alexis. She is absolutely a giver.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Rachel, we did meetings together for years before COVID hit, and I lost my screen. Oh, there y'all are. So, Rachel and I know each other pretty well, very, very well. And we've seen like when both of us each other is upset, and before the event, we're like, okay, we got to get it right. We got to get it right. And so she is an encourager like nobody else that I know. And she really being a part of her life and learning from her has been a blessing. And I see God show up in multiple ways in her life. And so I feel like God has threaded our lives together. And I feel like she has been directed into my life for a reason. And when I need like counseling, it's serious, or I need words to say to someone, I'll go to Rachel and I'll say, what do I do? Because her gift of words and communication is unlike any other. She's very discerning of who to pour her time into and who to pour her attention into. And she loves people instantly. She, never prejudges. She's always so welcoming. She sees the good and really seeks out to understand people before making a decision on who they are as a person, and really pours herself into others. And that is really what has caused her so much success in her business. And, she's generous with her time and her talent. And, I'll show up to the meet. We both have our strengths, right? So hers is she gets there early. She's got the room set up and ready to go. I have the gift of planning, right? Planning and organizing, and you go here, you do this. And so I'll show up and I'll be like, dang, this room looks good. And so that is just a reflection of putting her heart into what she does. And so that's just, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but that's just a little snippet of Rachel.
Oh, girl, I love you so much.
I love you. I love you. Now tell me about me.
Yes. Okay. So being in Cherie's space, you know how at a typical job, you can't pick and choose who you work with. In Mary Kay, you can. And so Cherie and I, we chose to work together. Because, at a typical job, sometimes it's like you look at a coworker and you're like, okay, I'd work with you. Then you look over here and you're like, I wouldn't work with you. I'd rather shank you. But, I would, and you just, in Mary Kay, you get to pick and choose. And I am so blessed to have chosen to work with Cherie. And I'm so glad she chose to work with me, because we just feed off of one another. Her energy, her positive attitude. She is so wise beyond her years. I think I've got like a decade on you, Cherie. I'm 44, but you are, I feel, wiser than me. And I love to learn from you. You're so gifted at affirmations. Your outlook on everything, like it's going to be okay. Like you got this far, you're going to get through it. God has brought you through every crisis in your life thus far. He's going to get you through this one. Just that, again, that encourager. Her communication skills, I feel, are a level up above many, many people that I know as well. But one of my favorite characteristics about Cherie and why her unit is so loyal to her is because she's not afraid she always wants the light that shines from within to be brighter than the light that shines on her. When she gets recognized, that's not really what feeds her. She likes to feed people from within. And that is just so, so wonderful to watch from a distance and just to be a part of that. So I love you.
Oh, thank you. I'll write you your check later for all that. And so that was
It's so funny because I'll call Melissa and be like, how do I say this?
How do you say it lovingly? Yeah. Rachel's a beast at that. If y'all ever need work with like, how do I tell this to somebody? Rachel's very good at that. Very good at that. It's true. So, okay. So we're going to wrap this up, but one more question and then Melissa's going to take it and wrap it up. So, if someone out there is thinking, I'm intrigued and this, seems like a really great opportunity, why would you say that right now is the perfect time? There's a lot going on right now with COVID, with the election, with holidays coming up. And so why would Mary Kay be relevant for someone right now in October? And so Rachel or Alexis, one of y'all go first.
Ooh, I'll go. So right now it's relevant because as discussed on the Tamron Hall show, micro businesses like Mary Kay are thriving. In an era where so many businesses are suffering and going under and never to come back, some will come back, but some won't. Our business is actually thriving. And it is because we are able to work virtually. Unlike, our good girlfriends and our hairdressers, they have to physically be there. Well, we don't. So one of the things for time purposes, this has been such a blessing. There's a blessing in every obstacle for sure. So you look for opportunities in obstacles. And now for an example, where used to on a Saturday, if I worked all day, I could do 3 parties. I do one at 2, one at 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. Now virtually, I can do 9. Because there's nothing to pack up, to set up, then put away and all that kind of stuff. So for time purposes, this is the perfect opportunity for somebody who's busy. If you're busy and your plate is full, boo, let Mary Kay be your dessert.
Yes. And I like dessert. So Alexis?
It's kind of like, why not? We have so many different ways that we could do this business where virtually some people still want you in person. I have a consultant who just opens her mouth to everyone and she's a rock star seller. I'm like, girl, and she's like, I just tell everybody, it's such an expensive cost right now. It's like lunch and drinks and boom, here's your Mary Kay business. It's so simple. It's just like, why not? You'll never know unless you try. That was my theory, is that, Alexis, you'll never know unless you try. And if you don't like it, we don't hold you down or anything like that. You just become a customer if you want to become a customer again. That's it.
Yeah. Another reason that right now is such an important time, or not important, but a smart time to start. If you're a smart woman, you would start now because the holidays are coming. And let me tell you guys something. COVID has changed the game for the holidays. And so it's something like 80% of purchases are going to be made virtually. So, so for you to get on it right now, because everybody is buying their gifts early, that's number one, getting on it for that, getting on it for the discount on your own gifts where you can purchase stuff that's safe and clean and you don't have to go out, if you're worried about that. Also the connection that we have in Mary Kay, I feel like it's so important right now. And I hate's a strong word. I don't like the word social distancing. I rather physical distancing. And, people really want normal right now. They want normal connections with people. And what we have in Mary Kay, they want women who care about them, who are actually invested in what's going on in their life. And so that's the kind of connection that we have in Mary Kay. And, another thing is, right now, self-care is a necessity. It's not a luxury right now. It's a necessity. And I'm not even talking about just skincare. I'm talking about just your emotional well-being, having that connection with someone so that you can fuel yourself emotionally, and having a business that satisfies you, that does not leave you, if you're frustrated at home with your kids all day. We love our kids, but for the love of God, right? And so your business gives you, makes you feel like an adult, like a human again, because you are, you're able to pour yourself into something. And then, right now with what I'm going through right now with, finding myself as a single mom, going through a divorce, it's, for me and COVID, women should always have a plan B. Whether it's October or not, women should always have a plan B. And I know that more now than ever, not even just, going through a divorce, but your husband could drop dead tomorrow, or he could lose his job tomorrow, or you could lose your job tomorrow with COVID. And, or he could leave, and if you have a plan B, your man cannot leave your plan, right? And so you have that stability for yourself and for your family. And there is no thinking woman right now that will ever be comfortable saying, I do not have a plan B, especially after COVID. If you are a wide awake woman, seeing what has happened with the economy, y'all, there are dentists in California who had to file for unemployment because they are not a, what's the word?
Essential?
Yes, essential business. Dentists had to file for unemployment. And so, and you do it, you start that plan B. You don't do it when you need it. You start it now when you don't need it, so that when you do need it, it's already rolling and it's already flowing, and you can just, pour yourself into your second stream of income. And so, no intelligent thinking mother of children who has lived through COVID should ever be comfortable not having a plan B for those of us who have survived this. So, to me, it's like right now is the time to start, and not even to mention I know for me, my business has like tripled since COVID. And so it's just a very smart time to get on. And so, Melissa, what about you?
Cherie, the words that you said, I was even going to say that 80% of people are making purchases from home. Think about all the grocery services that you're using, delivering to your house or pickup, or all the things, whether you're taking advantage of your Amazon Prime account or whatever. With Mary Kay, you have the ability to touch someone's heart without having to be there physically with them, sending them the samples, but still being face to face with them through these right here. Just like Cherie said, we have since March tripled. My unit tripled, and it's just been a really beautiful blessing for so many women in my unit who had Mary Kay as a plan B, and their plan B has become plan A. My husband works in the medical field, and they're elective surgeries, and he did not work for 2.5 months. And so me and this computer, and we had the best time ever sending, pampering packages out. And so many women were just like, thank you so much. We've stayed on till, midnight visiting, with people that we went to high school and college with that we haven't seen in forever. Why? Because you can't see them all the time. But thanks to Mary Kay, it was a reason for us to connect, and they just fall in love with the product. I mean, the sky is blue and Mary Kay is awesome. There's no selling that really has to go on with the product. The product is just that fantastic. And the reason I can tell you that is because, like, I didn't know anything about Mary Kay coming in. And so I had to learn it all. And people were just trying it and buying it, not because of me, but just because the product is great. And so, just having a really great product and a reason to connect with people, and, a product with a purpose behind it, and with beautiful women, not just physically, but inside too. And Mary Kay is just something that I just absolutely love. So if you are even just thinking about it at all, if it's just tugging on your heart in the least bit possible, take a chance, because you deserve to take a chance. Because right now you can actually sign up for, like what you see right here on the screen. Okay. So there's options. When I joined Mary Kay, we didn't have these options, but right now for a limited time, we have options, and you can actually join Mary Kay for $30. So right there in the middle, you see with the eStart, you can sign for $30 for our eStart opportunity, which basically gives you a website, the ability to process credit cards, and all the digital tools and everything that the rest of us have, everything with the eStart. So if you're willing to take a chance on yourself for $30, why not, right? I always tell everyone I've spent $30 on more things that I did not want, so many things to buy for school or this or that or whatever. So definitely if it's tugging on your heart, you're worth $30 to just see what it's about. We also still have our full starter kit. The starter kit is absolutely phenomenal. We all started with something similar. Mine wasn't half as glamorous as what you see today. The new starter kit is absolutely beautiful. It has over $400 of the products in it. And so you can choose whether you want the $30 or the $100 full starter kit, or you can actually do the full starter kit plus the eStart option, which is really a fantastic, okay, I'm going to get it. I'm going to give this a true blue shot. I'm going to give it what I can. And, if you want to do that, then you can definitely do both if that's what you choose to do. But if it's tugging on your heart, you're absolutely worth the shot. You could always quit. You could go back to being a customer, and that's what you are now. And so that's not a scary thing, right? It's not a scary thing. And so, yeah, we'd love to have you. Absolutely love to have you.
And it's $30.
Really? $30.
$10 bills.
Yeah. You could buy a moisturizer, or you could start Mary Kay, right?
Right. Or you can go get dinner at Chick-fil-A and start Mary Kay. Right? And so how many times are you going to Chick-fil-A for dinner and spend $30? And what I have been telling people is that it takes 30 seconds to make a $30 decision. You go to Amazon, you do 2 clicks, you've spent $39. And how many of you'll spend $30 for free shipping, right? Oh, it's $12. No, thank you. Oh, if I buy 3, I get free shipping. Yes. Hello. And so it's $30. It's $30. It is not a life or death decision. It's not like you're signing your life away. And so, if it's like Melissa said, if you try it and you don't like it, then you just go back to being a consultant. A customer. Trust me, your consultant will be happy taking your coins. Trust me, we will love it. We would love you being a customer. But it's worth it for you to at least give it a shot and see, because if not, you will always wonder what if. I promise you will always wonder what if. So, and if it's a no, if you're thinking about it and you're like, no, it's not for me. We love you. We still love you. We need our customers. And, we would love for you to be a hostess, because, now the kind of women that we're looking for. And, you may know that you may know someone in your life that Mary Kay is for. And so if it's no, you don't want to be a Mary Kay consultant, then you could be a hostess or a customer, and we will love you. Just as well. If it's a yes, then let's go. If it's a yes, but I'm scared, or yes, but I need more info, make sure you reach out to your consultant so that she can work with you and work through all of those obstacles to get you going. But I'm telling you, we are looking for women who can make a decision, and it's less than $30, and it takes less than 30 seconds for you to make this decision. It's yes or no. And so you want to be sure that you let your consultant know. I want to remind you guys about the link for the $100 shopping spree. And so your consultant is going to send you a link to that Google form. And we would love for you to fill that out. We are kind of in like a little competition of who can get the most surveys turned in. So we're in a 48-hour competition. And so we will give you whatever you want to fill this survey out. Okay. We will, Chi Alpha at UL, they give pizza to college kids to get them to sit in the chair and hear about Jesus. We will give you mascara to fill out this survey if that's what we have to give you. And so we're God's doing big things in Mary Kay right now, and so we just want to create the opportunity for him to also do that in your life. So and the survey actually gives us feedback on this event as well, and this is all very new to us, so we appreciate you guys filling that out. So your consultant will text it to you. It will put you into the drawing for your $100 shopping spree. If you win, your consultant wins $100 cash. Hello. And so that would be your next step. And if you're ready to get going, then we would love to work with you. So I know that some of you could not see who was on the event tonight. And so I just want y'all to see Phyllis Bro was here. Hello, Phyllis. Brandy Bro was here. We had Jeffrey Barthlow in the house. That's my man from Virginia. We had Angel, someone on YouTube. We had Debbie Kirby. So these are the ones who commented. We had Sherry P. We had a lot of people on tonight. I want to be sure I don't miss anyone who commented. So I don't know if y'all could see the comments on your end. And I think YouTube couldn't see Facebook comments and vice versa. But I just wanted y'all to know we had some people tuning in and encouraging us. So we want to thank you guys for being on tonight. For those of you who are thinking about it, just think about it. Dip your toes in the Mary Kay Ocean and just give it a try. And you have women here who are here to support you and cheer you on. And, we are all great girlfriends, and we would love for you to come and be a part of our Mary Kay family. And so we're going to sign off for tonight. Thank you for getting on All Kinds of Pink. We love you guys, and we will see y'all here soon.